You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders because he's getting dragged a little bit right now. He's getting smoked a little bit right now. Why? Because he has chosen not to work out at the NFL Scouting Combine, which starts, I believe, this week. In fact, I know it starts this week. Later on, I mean, in Patriots land, Will Campbell's arm length is literally the biggest story ever, I think. But that's neither here nor there. I don't love this, and I'm going to tell you why I don't love it. Shedeur Sanders is not Caleb Williams. He's not Drake May, and he's not Jaden Daniels. All right? If he was in this year's draft, he would be down in the J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr. range, okay? And you guys know how my ranks were last year. I had Jaden Daniels number 1. I had J.J. McCarthy number 2. And I had Michael Penix number 3. Boy, I'm looking pretty good on Caleb Williams, I think. All right? I don't think he's going to be a complete bust, but he's not going to be Patrick Mahomes either, which is what everybody was saying he might be. Jaden Daniels, on the other hand, looks like he's exactly who I thought he was, which is going to be a phenom in the NFL. And, of course, he proved that his rookie year. We'll see how it continues to go. So, Shedeur is getting some real negative feedback on this. And, look, I will tell you this. Todd McShay on his YouTube channel and on his podcast, I was listening. He said Shedeur Sanders and Jackson Dart are very close to being on the same draft rank. All right? If it was up to me, I'd draft Jackson Dart before I draft Shedeur Sanders. Now, Cam Ward, he would go ahead of both of them. All right? But I just like the fact that Jackson has played a lot more football, SEC, all that kind of thing. All right? Got above average arm. Shedeur, pretty good arm. All right? It's not a limp noodle out there. But Jackson's got more mobility. Shedeur Sanders is not athletic, guys. I don't know if people understand that. He's not fast. He's not athletic. And this is his rushing numbers right here at Colorado. 211 attempts for negative 127 yards. Yikes. All right? We know that's something at least Caleb Williams had going for him, right? So, here we go. Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders will not work out the scouting combine. The reason I brought up them other quarterbacks is, all right, Penix Jr., Nix, J.J. McCarthy, they all threw at the combine. Now, this may be a product of primetime of DEION probably already knowing Shedeur's going to go in the top 10. So he's like, what's the point? Maybe that's why this is, combined with the fact that this isn't like last year's draft where there's a bunch of other competition. All right? But again, he's not, this isn't getting the most positive feedback in the world. Top prospects often choose not to participate in on-field drills, thinking they have a better chance of putting their best foot forward in a more controlled environment, a.k.a. pro days. Sanders was once the betting favorite to go number 1 overall. Cam Ward has moved up. And the other one I would not sleep on here is Abdul Carter, because that son of a gun has got a lot of Micah Parsons in him. All right? A lot. So I'm just putting that out there. It wouldn't shock me if he goes number 1 overall. So, PFF, this is Shedeur's grades right here for the last 3 years. 90.9, 88.4, 83.7. Not terrible. I mean, I'm not going to act like they are terrible. All right? I think with some time If he sets a couple of years, maybe there's something there. To give you some kind of an idea, and they played almost exactly the same amount of D1 games. Drake May, 90.8, 91.5. Drake May, folks, can play in the National Football League. He looks real good with the Patriots right now. But there's a massive difference in their game. Drake May's extremely athletic. All right? He's fast. At one point, in fact, I think for the year, he had the highest yards per rushing attempt of any NFL quarterback that was a rookie last year. All right? So his escapability is much better than Shedeur's. Jaden Daniels, well, we all know how I feel about this guy. 94.7, 87.8, 83.2. So let's get to a little reaction. Fans did make comments. Look, Caleb, he was 90, 91, 91. All right? But the one fatal flaw, I think, with Caleb Williams, in my opinion, besides his moxie and his attitude and some of those things I didn't love, his performances versus top 25 teams was not good in college. And I think you saw some of that this year with him holding on to the ball too long, this and that and the other. So here we go. Shedeur Sanders will not throw at the NFL Combine. We'll focus on interviews. What a joke. Yeah. Too many eyes at the Combine. Some people are going to say maybe he doesn't want to get exposed. How about this? He don't have the juice like that. Bro needs to stop acting like he's his dad. Well, I think his dad plays a big role in this. I do. Right here, this guy says bust. I think, for as high as some of these people are going to draft. Huge red flag. Maybe, maybe not. Is he really that bad? Question mark. Disappointing. I think everybody likes to see these guys throw against other quarterbacks, other competition. Can you get out there with the pressure on and ball around your competition? And that is your competition. All right? Laughing my ass off. What a fraud. Aura farming won't get you drafted. Well, I'm going to be interested to see how high he actually does get drafted. Do I think he'll go top 10? Probably. Do I think there's a good shot he'll go to the Raiders? Yeah, except, is Tom Brady really going to draft him? I almost feel like Tom Brady would almost rather draft somebody else even lower. Could I see Tom Brady draft Jackson Dart? Yeah, I could. And there's a couple of other guys as well. And I'm not going to tell you about those guys, but they'll be at the Combine, all right? There's a guy, first name Tyler. He's going to surprise a lot of people there, I think. And I think he could be like a second round, late first kind of pick, possibly, right? Yeah, he's an interesting looking prospect. So tell me what you think. Shedeur Sanders, should he work out at the Combine? I always believe these guys should work out at the Combine. I do. Get out there and show us what you got, man. I mean, honestly. And I don't know if you guys remember, a lot of negativity can come down on one of these prospects if they show at the Combine and their attitudes aren't right. Anybody remember Caleb Williams getting destroyed last year over what it was he was willing to not do versus do? It was ugly. It got ugly that week. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.